Counter-Strike 2 just dropped a crazy update, including changes to chickens, changes to Vertigo's A site, and the Incendiary getting a bit of a rework, as well as some financial things. But let's dive in and have a look. Here's the patch notes if you want to look at them. I'm just going to scroll down slowly and touch on the main points. The visibility changes with the Molotovs are crazy. The changes in the Incendiary overall, pretty nuts. Slightly cheaper weapons. Chickens are smarter. They can walk up hills. They can sit down. It's crazy. Demo quality of life is really nice. And then, of course, the map changes, mostly for Vertigo, are what you're going to be looking at. So there's a few changes to the chickens. First one is they run up hills now. So when they're following you, they will be able to run up the stairs. Apparently, they couldn't do that before. And then the other big change to the animations that I've found is they nest. They sit. They sit on the ground. Look at them. So both of these are different now. The Molotov is stronger than the Incendiary. I guess it makes sense. It's a little bit bigger. This one burns for 7 seconds. This one burns for 5.5 seconds. And the spread's different and the color's different. Let's have a look. So for the Molly, you'll see that it's got a purple outline on the edges. And then the other thing as well you want to pay attention to is the peak of the Molotov is going to be there for the first 3 seconds before going flat. But just look how much easier it is to see through the Molotovs after today's update. Alright, we'll check out the Incendiary. You'll be able to see the differences. It won't burn for as long. Still has the peak in the middle that disappears after 2 or 3 seconds. But on the edges, you can see that it burns like a teal, like a blue. Looks kind of pretty. But again, just so much easier to see than like yesterday. Here's how the Incendiary spreads. And here's how the Molotov spreads. And here they are side by side, just to see the differences. Alright, let's have a look at the Vertigo changes together. So, CT spawn looks pretty much the exact same. Difference is you can see all the way through here now. And what I did see from someone on Reddit already is there is a boost at crane if you have full ramp control as a T or CT that you can boost and look the whole way back into CT spawn. And as you can see, if you're a T with all this control, you can catch off rotators. And you can see, even though he's a little bit scuffed, anyone rotating from B to A or in between, or trying to hold mid from CT, they are now in trouble. So this is the main big change, of course, and also when you're a T, you're running up here, now you have to worry about this line, as well as this line. You can be caught in a crossfire if you don't have full ramp control. But the other changes, Maze, it's gone. The only ways that CT can rotate into A is through here, or through the back, over through heaven and hell. And that's a pretty large change as well. The changes at hell are going to look like this. Wider door frame here, so it's not just going to be that little tight one from before. And of course, we got a long ass catwalk that's been added towards the back of site, which is huge because there's a couple of things you can do and there's a couple of things you have to worry about in regards to this. One of which is just, now you can jump peek. Look, people can just see across there. If you've got a teammate here, look at this boost, man. Look at this boost. It's actually nuts. You can hide behind the girder from short and look at ramp and then jiggle over towards short. Like, this is nuts. This is crazy. This boost is going to be broken. So here's what the boost looks like from a different angle as well. If you're coming up ramp, I guess, you know, you'll be able to see it, but it's a bit of a headshot line there. And then coming up short, you're not going to be able to see him, but if they're playing this gap instead and just looking along the back wall, look at that. You don't see them. Walk in here. That's not what you're clearing. You're walking up like this. Oh, it's going to change the game. You can no longer hide behind the girder here on this corner, and you can't really hide there, but you can still use them as cover. That's going to be the difference. You know, before you couldn't stand behind the girders. It was kind of just falling off the edge and dying was your only option. The area on the bomb site that you can plant also changed. Now you can plant as far out as this. This is probably the safest plant unless you have full control and not going to get spammed from here. As you can see, you are going to be open to that position and people are going to be able to spray you if you think this is safe. You can plant here. This is the new corner this way. And I guess you can plant here if you want. And there's also a space around the edge where you can just barely plant here, but it's not really safe. A new angle from this spot is going to be over towards mid, so someone could just be playing mid, and if they're not open to here, or you don't have that control for whatever reason, they could potentially spray you in this angle, but that's why this corner is going to be the safe place to plant. New vertigo means new smokes, so let's have a look at these two new ones I just found. This dot on the metal girder down here, double click and then do a W jump throw. This is going to smoke off deep towards mid and cut off the rotations in through elevator. And then same spot, push button in the corner, look at the middle of this line just here, left click throw, and that's going to go and smoke off hell as well as catwalk. So no one can run out here without being seen, no one can run out catwalk without being seen. It blooms a bit inconsistently and there can be a little gap here, so keep your eyes out for that, but just pair it up with Molotovs and hopefully you can use these two smokes to help you take A site. A one-way smoke for elbow or lane or yellow or gap or diggity or whatever you really want to call it is a lineup from here. So you want to look here in the corner, put your bum right there, and then make a little square, little rectangle, right? Like this. I'll zoom in for you. So make a little rectangle here and then put your crosshair roughly in the middle while crouching. Left click throw. That'll bloom on top of the girder and give you a nice little one-way. It doesn't look like too good of a one-way, but when you're standing up here, when you're standing here, when you're standing anywhere where the opponent isn't going to see your legs, right, and you'll see them first, it's actually pretty powerful, so expect to see this in some pugs. Also, just for anyone that doesn't know the ramp smoke lineup, there's a lot of people that seem to not know it in my pugs. When you're running out of spawn, walk here, see this patch on the wall, this dirt patch, just look at it. And then while you're running here, as soon as your crosshair goes past this light, when you're holding W on the wall, you just let go of left click. And that'll smoke the bottom of ramp in an appropriate manner. I'm sure there'll be a better lineup for this, but there's a cool way that you can throw the new smoke to cover the elevator choke on this side. I don't know what the spot's going to be called yet. But yeah, walk into this corner here, and then from this dot, just go left so you're above this window, right? And you're just going to put your crosshair roughly in the middle of the window. I'm not going to use the reticle because fuck the reticle. And left click throw. It's a little inconsistent, but when you get it, it's kind of cool. Water falls down, blocks off this one, keeps it flush as well, so you can have a bit more control coming up lane. A nice little two-piece that you can throw to execute on A again is walk into this corner, and then where this top wire hits the red flag, you're going to double click and then let go, and then just at the top part of this girder where it hits the yellow, you're going to left click and then start to walk forward, then jump throw. This smoke's not as flush as the other ones we've been throwing, and this smoke is going to be that single smoke that fully covers the back side of A. So two smokes, XE, not too bad. With those last smokes, I'm wondering if we're going to see like a paired up smoke that goes something like this, that maybe blooms a bit further across over there, but then also fully covers off that right side of cat, so you can have full control of this area of the site and just sit in post plants, kind of like how Vertigo was working before. Another 3-smoke set that you could throw with your teammates is mostly just from here. Walk into this corner, again, throw that deep smoke that's going to cover off hell. You're going to do a double click jump throw here to smoke off lane, and then whoever's here as well, just do an elevator smoke. And those three can separate there, separate here, throw a molly for Tetris, and you get full control. Only thing you need to worry about is really that. It's nice, and it's just like a right side execute. You don't have to worry about lane, care your flank. Not bad. This is a spot that's going to get a lot of people a lot of knives in pugs. I just wanted to get my other character in, my other computer in the server, just to have a look at a couple of these positions. But let's see if you see it. If you're rotating in like this, you're not looking at that. You are not looking at this spot. That's nuts. You could clear it. You could be like, ooh, oh, free kill. But realistically, especially like in pro play, if someone's got good movement and can take a risk, if you're on a pistol and you've smoked this off and you know that you can smash your way onto that ledge. Ugh. Same as this spot. We had a look at it earlier, but I've got the guy there now. Depending on the model, maybe. And if you clear it like this, you can see some legs. So it's not the sneakiest position, but if you're not paying attention, you're just trying to clear like this, again, you might end up getting a free one. But if people, you know, have this smoked off and they're clearing sandbags, maybe you get caught. It's a risky one, but if you've got a Zeus and a knife or whatever on a pistol round, worth a shot. And last but not least, if you have cat control and you've thrown these smokes, you can boost over here, catch any CTs rotating into hell, heaven, whatever, have a look over towards the lobby. I don't know about this one. I don't know how useful this one's going to be, but you can smoke off the new gap or whatever, that lane from here in ladder. Walk into this corner and then come across to the right where this black dot is from the light, and then just look to the right side of it. You can do a W jump throw. And that'll do a waterfall smoke down. You can see it is kind of thick. So I wouldn't say it's the best way to do it, but it works. Hopefully you're up to date with all of the changes now in the fire sale update, as well as maybe you know a few more smokes towards A on Vertigo. Either way, thanks for watching. See you in the next one. Anyway, time for that thing again. Press that thumbs up like that down there. Do it. I'd love you for it. I appreciate you for watching the video, for getting to this point. And if you appreciate me, do hit that sub button. You know the drill. See you in the next one.